for
it is
my
possible.
for my record
Do-
photo.
Yes.
Can?
During the
And
conference.
I mean,
Now?
yeah.
During the conference.
Now, okay.
Now?
Poster at the back and poster. All right. Okay. Okay.
Look at these photos. Are they good?
Okay. Another one. I will see your face. I will see you. Okay, thank you.
These
It's
photos.
okay. It's okay. Thank you so much.
Do you want any photos? My
Okay,
photograph
okay.
During the
Yes,
conference?
yes, okay. And maybe
I will send you
Yeah,
via
yeah.
WhatsApp.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Our president, he has a meeting right now,
Yeah.
but most of our
Academician?
academicians, they are here. So you asked about the introduction of your speech. I mean, you can just say dear
Oh.
colleagues and friends or something like this, because we don't have a protocol today. here with
Oh,
us.
all right, all right. So I can say anything?
Anything you
Oh,
want,
all right,
yes.
all right. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. All from Turkey here? As I know, Dr. Dur from Palestine, right? All of you from Turkey or different country?
I guess most of us
Oh, from Turkey. All right. You can. We can start. Okay. Thank you.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Okay. Dear ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and dear friends, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you all at Center for Islamic Studies. Today, for the 14th academic meeting series, Dr. HARLENY BINTI ABD ARIF'in will present on decorative motifs of Minbars in the Malay Peninsula, Aceh, and the Ottoman Empire. Before she begins, I'm honored to introduce her. She is a senior lecturer at Sultan Idris Education University in Malaysia, and she has a rich academic background, including a PhD in art education and various degrees in art and education. She has developed a visual arts education curriculum for secondary schools in Malaysia, working with the Malaysian Ministry of Education. She's an expert in visual art education, Islamic art, and cultural studies. And also she's an active member of several associations, including the Malaysian Wood Carving Association and Malaysian Oral History Association. Her research focuses on traditional Malay craft and art and architecture, especially the Minbars in ancient mosques across the Malay archipelago. And recently she has come to Turkey to study Selçuk and Ottoman Minbars for her research. And please join me in welcoming Dr. HARLENY BINTI ABD ARIF. Please, Doctor, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mrs. Benazir, as our moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. As-salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'du. Thank you to all of you, the professors and academicians here. And today I would like to share the title of my research, Decorative Motifs of Minbars, Malay, Peninsula, Aceh, and the Ottoman Empire. Actually, this is my manual drawing, my previous research, right? This is one of Minbar in Malaysia, this is in Malacca, Minbar, right? But I just want to show you, this is the components on the Minbar in one of the Minbar in Malaysia. I still use the, Malay words, the Malay component, because this is just, I want to go through. You can see that there's an influence in the, like Chinese and Java, all right? And my previous research before this is focused on, like this triangle shape we call like gunungan, okay? Because I have more than 30 slides, maybe one slide, 1 minute or 1.5. Okay, this is Malay archipelago, and you can see that this is my country. When we call Malaysia, Malay Peninsula, and this is Sarawak and Sabah, Borneo. And my previous research before this, a comparative study between Malay Peninsula and Aceh. And I also went to the, Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan, just for my added value. And I want to explore more. And I want to share you, this is the fieldwork. 40 Jami in Aceh since 2009 until 2012, when I'm doing my PhD research. So for 3 years, I went to Aceh province for 9 times. And 6 times for, just focused on my comparative study there, because I'm not staying in Aceh, but I went there for 6 times. Okay, the only, province, the only, you can see that Aceh Tenggara, I didn't go there because there's mountain and just one. And another, you can see that all the place like Banda Aceh and the red dot, I went there, Alhamdulillah. So this is Minbars in Aceh. Then I also share the, like Sigli Mosque, early 1600. And you can see Port Moroho Mosque, early 1600. Madinah Japakeh Mosque, early 1600 century. Baitur Rahim Mosque, 1883. In, Samudra Pasai, this Baitur Rahim Mosque. I can say that this is very amazing minbar that I have seen before, because it's full of inscription. Maybe Arabic, because I'm focused the motif, so that I didn't, focus on the meaning of the inscription. So this is Tengku di Pucuk Mosque, 1620. So you can see that the, can you see this? You can see this triangle shape. Okay, also this one. And all the minbars that I shared here is when the Sultan Iskandar Muda, being a sultan in that time, 1607 until 1636. Okay, next, this is digital drawing. On that time, I'm using Adobe Illustrator CS3. And for me, it's very intricate design because you know that I'm not, on that time, I'm not as expert in using, you know, like Adobe, the software, but I try and I learned. So this is the digital drawings. So we can see clearly the motif when we use that software. So next, that one I only choose 5 minbars because I went to 40 mosques, but I just choose 5 because that sample, I mean, have a similar identity. And now we are going to see minbars in Malay Peninsula, means that in my country, you can see that Kampung Laut Jami, 1,700. Kampung Hulu Jami, 1,728th century. Tenkera Jami in Malacca, 1728. And Losong Haji Muhammad Jami, 1810. So the date, I mean the year, I traced by the inscription, I mean here, on the Gunungan panel. In Hijri, and then I convert to, you know, that I, so for me this is very unique, not biased, but I can say that Masjid Losong for me very, the design make me obsessed. Okay, this is in Malacca Al Khairiyah Jami, Kampung Tuan Jami, this is in Terengganu, and Karya Nerazau Jami in Negeri Sembilan. Okay, and Karya Nerazau Jami, I mean the complete inscription, because state the carver, the name of the carver, and then at what time he carved the wood, this minbar. So in my research, this is very complete inscription in my previous research. And this is Simpang Empat Jami, late 1800 in Pulau Pinang. And Kampung Tuan Jami, there's no minbar, but on that time the Gunungan, the panel of Gunungan, they put on the top of the mihrab. Because maybe, you know, that the date also stayed on that panel. And this is Batu Maung Jami. This is also my digital drawing. So 3 years of my PhD research, I'm doing this. And we can see that not all the Gunungan have the right mirror design. And this one, I have to, use that software because the inscription is not same left and right. Only, so I have to use this, this mouse because Adobe Illustrator CS3, I use this mouse, yeah. And this is in Malacca. You know, in Java we call that is similar like gapura. Have you heard about that, gapura? Maybe our friend from Aceh, like Java, you know, in we call complex makam, tomb complex. So this is like you can see the identity of Malaysia and Aceh. There's like a wing in left and right. You can see that? Like a wing. Both sides, left and right. And there's like, you know, here, we call buton here. And inspired by floral motif, and on that time, my hypothesis is this is, you know, like lotus. Maybe the wood cover is not the same, but we can see the stylization of the motif in the center of the gunungan. Okay, this is lotus motifs, or in English we call it tree of life. And I went to West Java, and this is niche pillar in Masjid Agung Cirebon in West Java. So it's also similar. This is not a minbar, but have a similar design, I mean motif, like my previous research. So I just took the photo and then I share. You can see that there's not only minbar, but other artifact also have the same motif. This is Sultan Yahya Siak Tomb Complex in Terengganu. So this is the gate, and we can see that lotus here motif. And this is in Aceh province, Gunungan Tengku di Pucuk Mosque, and this is only panel. At the center, on the Gunungan, we can see this one. And if I'm not mistaken, in Turkey, they call Hayat Aceh. Hayat Aceh. Am I right? Aceh. Hayat Aceh. Because this is my, I'm just collect data for my 9 months sabbatical leave. I'm not doing my master's or PhD research. So that I have another 1 year, inshallah, to publish my book. And this is only my documentation of the motif. Inshallah, if I have risky, and I will share when I have to analyze all these motif, inshallah. This is Buton Kampung Hulu Mosque in Malacca. And this is also Tenkara Mosque in Malacca, and this is Gunungan Simpang Empat Mosque. And you can see the basic design is like Hayat Aceh in Turkey. Okay, this is my journey since 1st October 2023 until last 3 weeks, and inshallah I will go back to my hometown next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, inshallah. So I will share minbars of 6 jami. My title actually focused on Ottoman, but the 3 jami, Seljuk period, then you can see why I share this Seljuk motif, because for me, Ottoman motif influenced by Seljuk motif. Okay, this is my journey since 1st October until last 3 weeks in Edirne, Istanbul, Bursa, İzmir, Muğla, Ankara, Aksaray, Konya, Sivas, and I also went to Rhodes Island. Why I went there? Because there's a jami, two jami. When, if I'm not mistaken, because I have to check, I have more than 10,000 visual image. So that last 3 weeks, my journey, so it takes time. You know that more than 10,000 image, I have to look very detailed for the motif, so that this long journey, okay. But Alhamdulillah, my last fieldwork in Sivas, Divrigi Jami. I cannot, how can I, yeah, very amazing. You know that one of researcher classified this Jami as second Alhambra Anatolia. Have you heard about that? Alhambra Anatolia, that means that, have you been there before? Anyone have been in Divrigi Jami before? Oh, Alhamdulillah. For me, if I went there for 2 times, it's not enough. Because I went there for 2 times when I was there. And it makes me feel like I want to stay and sleep there. Very amazing, you know, like, I don't know how to say, but I am so proud. So this is Karamanoglu. I try to speak in, I don't know whether it's right or wrong pronunciation, but Karamanoglu Jami. In 1155, this is Seljuk period, and I was stand there because I'm like a skill. This is the proof that I went there, inshallah. So you can see that very intricate design, this jami. And can I ask you why there's a different color here? If anyone can share with me why there's a different color in that panel. I will give you chocolate. All right? Because I'm asking the same question to my students in Mulla Sidki Koshman University, why there's a different color here. Okay, as you know that this minbar was built 1155, so they preserve. There's maybe broken, or so they add new, because they preserve this minbar, so that this is not all original panel. And the original, you can see the black color, the dark color. But inshallah, I can trace. If you give me 10 panel, then I can trace whether it's, from the same wood carver or the same period. Inshallah, I can trace that by technique. Okay. So we can see that the polygon motif, the cosmos motif here, star, and actually I learned how to, make wood carving, just a basic, and I feel like want to cry because it's very intricate. You have to be patient, and you just imagine these minbars in that period, how long it takes, and how maybe there's a teamwork on that time. And you can see also this is different color, so we can see that not the same period, not the same wood carver. This is older than this on the right side. And this is Aladdin Jami, the same period, 1155. And have you heard about Kundakari technique in Turkey? I learned basic because my research more to theory, but last year I learned the skill in Malaysia, okay? But when I'm here in Turkey, my hojam, am I right? My hojam in Mullah Sidki Kochman, the only one lecturer can, you know, make Kundakari technique. And I record his, you know, like demo how to make that Kundakari technique. And I don't know how to say that very, very amazing because very intricate. I just carved only like this size panel. It takes one day, but very simple. So I can say that I respect and, you know, appreciate the technique, the motif in the Seljuk and Ottoman period. So you can see the same motif like star here, cosmos. The inscription, they combine with floral motif, the geometric, I mean that geometric and organic combined together. This is Kundakari technique, original Kundakari technique. And if I'm not, I mean, with Dr. Mehmet Yüksel in MSKU, he teach me to identify which one the original Kundakari. There's 3 techniques, and both before, this mosque, this Jami, and Karamanoglu, the original Kundakari. Because they have to resemble all the small panel, like you play, you know, Lego. Okay. This one. All right. This is Divrigi Jami, 1288 in Sivas. Actually, I want to share this one, but I will try whether it's the link active or not. Okay. Okay, maybe it's problem with the sound. All right. Maybe I will just, this is in mihrab, front of the, this is the, at the left side of the minbar on the right side, and this is, I can say that pillar in mihrab, in Divrigi Jami, and the left side, your right side, this one, minbar. And you can see this motif, like same as Aceh and Malay Peninsula, this one, Hayat Aceh. And you can see this one, the stylization of Hayat Aceh, the tree of life, but more 3D, I mean relief, sculpture. Next, Bursa Ulu Jami, 1399. And, but this is not clear because when I took the photo, I didn't realize that, you know, that after I because the background of this photo, black color, so it's not clear. And you can see this is the same motif. Can you see that? This one, this one. And also this one on the Minbars panel. And you can see the stylization of Tree of Life. This is Ottoman period. And this, if you have went there before in Bursa Ulu Jami, you can see the 9. You need, all right? Planets. So this is, amazed me. And also Kundakari technique. They have to resemble, and this is original. And the wood carver also put that mother of pearl. Not only they carved, but they also like decorate with mother of pearl here. So very, very intricate. This is Uj Sharif Ali Jami, 1437, but not wood, this is marmar. And also, this is Minbars, and I zoom like that. You can see Tree of Life here. And also here. Actually, not only this motif, but if you explore, you can see more than that. But I just choose for this presentation the dominant. This also Tree of Life, Hayat Aceh, and this you can see that the stylization only half of the motif, only half, because the motif, you know, that at the corner of the Minbars. Next, Salimiye Jami, 1568. Similar like before. And also, I can see, and you can see, this is Tree of Life, but not in the same, you know, like the so many, variation of Tree of Life. Then I zoom here. That's why my research in pulpit, I have not only observed, but I have to explore. Maybe at the back of the Minbars, maybe at the corner side, so I have to explore. And I can't use only photo from, Google, Mr. Google, but I have to go there for my field work. And also, you can see here and this one. So when you explore, you can find more. And this is how to pronounce it, Walide. Jami. Yesterday I went for the maybe third or fourth time because I want to feel the, So this is the new photo yesterday, but you can see this same as Salimiye in Edirne, Tree of Life, and also here, Tree of Life. So you can see that different province different provinces in Turkey. There's 81 provinces in Turkey. So my fieldwork to the different province, but I found the similar motif in Seljuk and Ottoman. And this is also my exploration in Topkapı. I love to go to a museum, to the archaeology site. It's like, you know, go shopping. It's like go window shopping, yeah. I can stay morning until maybe night because I love to see, you know, an artifact. This is all historical object. And you can see that also the same motif, key handle, this all in Topkapı. I found when I explored there, key handle, chopper, they use in kitchen, confectionery, if I'm not mistaken there, and this one hanging ornament, but the different, position, not the same. You can see that up there and not the same direction. And this is hanging ornament. This is sword of Khalid ibn al-Walid. I didn't change the position. This is the actual. When you went at Topkapı, you can see that. And sword of Khalid ibn al-Walid, same, you can see. And this is sword blade, the Caliph Umar. It's too small, but when you observe and you explore, inshallah, you will find. It's like, you know, like when you obsess of something, people maybe didn't see that, but you can see that very small, like, you know, I can see that like your nail, this nail, small. Okay, next. This one in Divrigi Jami, I can see that maybe more than 100 motifs of Tree of Life. But I just choose these 6 motifs, and you can see that this is in Divrigi Jami. You can see mihrab on the panel, mihrab panel, minbar. Sorry. Actually, this is minbar, and this is mihrab. I am so sorry. Because of my eyes, maybe I... Okay, this is wall in Divrigi Jami. This is, I found in minaret wall. And actually, this is a bird of Seljuk. There's a philosophy and meaning, but I can see that the stylization of, you can see this one, like 2 birds, they put like mirror, but the stylization of Tree of Life. You can see this. At first I didn't realize, but when I went to my hotel and this is kind of the stylization of Tree of Life. So the conclusion of my research, my 9 months, I don't say that I got, 100%, because this is still my ongoing progress of research, but I want to share the conclusion, 9 months in doing my field work. First, every surface of Minbars is ornamented with cosmos, geometric, floral patterns and calligraphy set in finely carved. Various styles, characteristics of decorative motifs on Minbars in Malay, Peninsula, Aceh, and during the Ottoman period. There's various styles, characteristic. Based on field exploration, it was found that there exists the dominant use of a motif on the Minbar carvings known as the Tree of Life, inspired by the same conceptual among the Minbar carvers despite being from different cultural backgrounds and time gaps. The last one, the documentation from this study also proves the unique variations of stylized renditions of the Tree of Life form as a special and distinctive motif on the Minbar collections as Islamic heritage art in the Islamic world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harleny. It was very insightful to us. And now we can open the floor for the questions or comments.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Do we have any detailed information about the Tree of Life? I mean, where does it originate from and what makes it so special for you?
Okay, thank you for the question. My previous research before this, actually at first I didn't find any, I'm not realized of that Tree of Life because I just, investigate, identify the similar between Aceh and Malaysia. Okay, and actually when I come here for my sabbatical leave, I'm focused Seljuk and Ottoman, just collect data. But I was told that if I can share my previous research and merge in my research in Turkey, so that in my journey I found that, oh, this is similar, like my country and Aceh, because that was my 15 years research. But I can see that maybe it's not, you can see that not Ottoman, Seljuk, and I found one of the artifact in Islamic Art Museum in Istanbul, Abbasid artifact, used the same motif. It surprised me, but I didn't share today because I'm focused Ottoman and Seljuk. But I reserved that because I have found that Abbasid used that kind of, similar motif, Tree of Life. Means that older than this Seljuk period. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the presentation. Coming from Aceh, I also found it very intriguing when you mentioned about the gunungan. I'm more a political historian, and I see that the gunungan has is an important symbol and also concept in sultanate legitimacy. Do you see that this style or characters like in gunungan or Tree of Life has relation with the political do you see any relationship between the employment of arts, either in Minbar or different places, and its relation to political legitimacy of I don't know, whatever of a Muslim empire or Muslim sultanate? And what is the meaning of Gunoman? If you, I mean, why Gunoman is one of the characters that used in Malay, Peninsula, and also in Aceh? Thank you.
My 15 years previous research, but I will try that. We call in Malaysia and Aceh similar. You can see that the Minbar, the gunungan of the Minbar is the same. For me, when my cross-reference about that gunungan, you know, that is the top. We put that on the top of the Minbar. So, but if you ask me about the political, as I know, when Sultan Iskandar Muda, 1607 until 1636, Nuruddin Araniri, the Sultan sent Nuruddin Araniri and the group of ulama to Kedah. They also bring kitab, Islamic kitab in Kedah, Malaysia. So, but I don't have any, because I'm focused on the motif, but in 1 year, another 1 year, maybe you are the one of my, I get informant that can share, and because this is only my documentation of the motif, and I have another 1 year to investigate and analyze and relate it to maybe political and also the philosophy and the meaning, because in Turkey I found that when I'm doing my fieldwork here, so that I can see the similar between three, country. Okay, thank you for that question.
Any other comments?
I have a few questions actually. So the first one is, when you look at the motifs in Malay Minbars versus Turkish Minbars, it's occurred to me that the Turkish Minbars have a lot of symmetrical and fractal style objects and motifs, as opposed to Malay Minbars. Do you get to see this categorizations as well?
You mean symmetrical?
Yeah. Like when you compare Turkish motifs versus Indonesian or Malay motifs, it seems different, like Turkish motifs seems more symmetrical, more fractal-like objects, meaning that they repeat themselves as you zoom out or zoom in. So we get to see this as well?
Actually, in my observation and my exploration, I can see that the similar on tree of life motif, that's the dominant. But when we talk about the technique, it's not the same technique. But in Malay Peninsula, in Aceh, more similar, because they use, they apply, in Malay we call ukiran tebuk timbul, like relief panel, relief, wood carved relief. But in Turkey, I can see that it's very intricate, more intricate. And for sure that this is not biased, then I can see that, Seljuk and Ottoman amazed me. this is not biased because other countries have their own, philosophy and, meaning. But I also see the technique, the wood carver applied, very complicated. And that's all.
I want to reiterate. So in one of your mosques, Bosong Haji Mosque Jami,
Yeah.
1810, it occurred to me the style is more like Chinese and Buddhist style. So I think the geography affects, the motifs. That's my understanding. I don't know much about it. But anyway, so another question. In Turkey, the Minbars are elevated as opposed to Minbars in Malay Peninsula. Why do you think this is?
You mean the height?
Yeah, there are steps in Turkish Minbars, but I think in Malay Minbars are just
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why they are that way?
As I told you, because this is I'm just the first phase of this research. I'm collect data, so that I have another 1 year to, identify, to analyze, because actually I have no idea. I have no, when I came here last year, I don't know about this tree of life here in, on Minbars. But last 3 weeks, my last field work in Sivas, in Divriği Sivas, so that inshallah I have another 1 year to, have my literature review, my research about this motif, inshallah.
Okay, I have a final question. I come from a different background, so I always wonder, this kind of work has any practicality to today's work, like you've been doing this research, you observe different motifs. Can we use this work to apply to something today?
Okay, thank you for that question. Actually, in my country, I'm using the same motif, digital drawing. I design my own cloth. Yeah. I mean that I'm not selling that, but because my passion on that research. So from the motif, I have designed my own, like batik. You know batik? Batik painting like that. And I wear my own design there. And inshallah, for the coming, if there's a rizki, maybe I cannot do all things in one time, but slowly, inshallah. Thank you for that question.
One more question.
Thank you very much for wonderful research work that you are doing. I really appreciate because I was able to connect with this the research that you are doing on the history of Western civilization, or the Renaissance, the Western Renaissance. We have something alternative that you are doing. I have not seen so far that someone is doing such kind of work. I was wondering about the two types of motif that you have shown, specifically the Turkish motif, and then the motif that you have shown in your country. The Turkish motif, I found, and I wanted to know whether it is correct or not. It's much more like on the motif it looks like more like a stars, a very cosmic representation. And the motif that belongs to your country, your culture, it's much more dramatic, much more complexity in that I see. So how is like is it specific representation? Is something like that we see in the Renaissance, like from the Renaissance to the Baroque, that it goes to the dramatic, theatrical you know, the transition there. Is there something like we can see or connect or compare?
Yeah, that's why I told before, this is my documentation of the motif, but thank you for that. I mean, opinion and question, because it will make me try to connect. Like I have to go through the history. I have another 1 year, because as I told that I have 10,000, more than 10,000 visual images since I was here end of last year. So it could be one of my, you know, my additional to go through that kind of, maybe that one historical, right? I don't, maybe that is your area? No, yeah. But thank you so much. But I also still ongoing progress in this research, and I have to read more books, reference, and maybe discussion with my academician, my professor in Mula, in ISAM, and also my country and a different country, inshallah. But thank you.
I just wanted to add something. I might be wrong. In the Turkish motif, that when we see the stars, more cosmic elements that we see, maybe because it is connecting to the Quranic verses, specifically in the Surah Al-Rahman, like, you know, that it talks about the nature and the stars, and then how it has been placed.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
you see all these things? So,
Yeah.
and then how, if we connect to the Quranic verses of the
Yes.
motif represented in the Turkish, and then how maybe
Yeah.
they are not aware in your country, perhaps, or is it aware of people are aware when they are using the motif, the same motif pattern that the life of tree that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. It's remind me about, you know, when my previous research. There's, you know, the several motif when I discuss with master wood carving in Malaysia. There's in my friends in association that we can see the wood carver more than 200 years ago. They use the, you know, herbs. Floral motif inspired by, you know, herbs. Like, have you heard about Queen of the Night in Europe? They call Queen of the Night. In Indonesia or Java, they call Kusuma Wijaya. And in Malaysia, we call Bakawali. Then they used, we can find that there's also another motif that the wood carver more than 200 years ago used that one, because that's based on herbs. And also that means that the plant, the floral, is not only they just, this flower, this, no. In medical, they use the motif, the stylization of special flower, special leaf. Thank you.
Thank you all for your participation and contribution for today's session. Thank you very much again. We would like to give you a present.
Yeah.
Take a photo.
Yes. Allahu Akbar. This one. Read.